You have to go to the office. Give you will give you a chip or something. You have to buy it 50 shekels on that. That's where you get it. On myself, I don't have it. I lost it. I wait for somebody to come in. That's it.
Well, you have you have behind the scenes ways of getting it.
No, that's the way. Or I go from the bottom. Where is it? Okay.
And you have a phone call that you can call that someone working out. All right. I hear. I get it. Kenyan? This is Rick and Shmuel talking about it. Kenyan.
Oh, what Debo was it? Yes, Debo was part of the Kenyan. Okay. So we're doing now the Meiri. Meiri is in Daf Chet Amud Aleph. Umiktas. What?
Some of us read it this morning.
Very good. Umiktas Meforshim Kosvu. Some of the Meforshim wrote this. Dafka specifically b'shen medaber ima liski kiddusheh. Behold, the imoyo medaber ima liski kiddusheh. If he was talking to her on the business of kiddushin, her kiddushin, kiddushe vaday him. It's vaday kiddushin. What's the case? The case. He spoke to her. He gave her. And when he gave her, he didn't explain anything. He says, Kiddush Badahim. If somebody was talking to a woman before and he gave her without talking, or both of them were silent, she mekudeshes. She's mekudeshes. So also when I have diberimo, nosan ve'oma and ve'omrohi, should work again. Nosan hu ve'omrohi, the Gemara says is a suffix. Comes the meaning says mixed al meforshim. They say dafka b'shein medaberim as kiddushah. But if you medaberim as kiddushah, will be kiddush vanai. Because it's not worse that he spoke to her and he gave and he was silent. So the fact that she spoke doesn't make it worse. So I don't need her. Okay, this is more like you said. Oh, Veyofe Kosvu, they wrote nicely. The Afalpin, even though Sheroi Sichol Kimaleim Loima Degora, like you said. I saw people that argue on them and they hold that it's worse. The Gora Mipnei, you know why it's not why it's bad, made it worse. When he spoke before, and then he gave and she spoke, so they rely the explanation of the action upon her word. So Mele, the Kiddushim Nigmorim al Yodo is like who said that? No. There's a street. There's a street said the Kiddushim Nigmorim al Yodo. That's a problem. Yes. They spoke about something else. Nosanu v'omroi medaberimo. Okay, yes. Okay. So that's actually the opinion that argued. Tishas Reed is the opinion that argue on this. Those are the Veroisi Shecholki, Cholkim Aleim. Comes the Meir and he says, Ein ze klum, it's nothing. Shema'achar, that since Ein ze klum, it's nothing. Shema'achar, that since שאין אנו צריכים לאמירו, so we don't need to her speech. דיבור שלו לא ימלא ולא ימרין. Her talking doesn't add, doesn't subtract. כלל at all. והרי זה, this is like, כנוסנו ואומרו. What happened if he gave and he spoke, ושאומרו היא גם כן, and she also spoke. שאין דיבור שלו מפסיד כלום. Her דיבור doesn't מפסיד anything. כך נראה לפה. When you have a complete kicha from the husband, the fact she spoke, I don't care about hers. No sanu v'omru v'omroi. Okay, omroi too. But why she's a mafsid? Also here. We have a sukim. No san v'omro. It's like omar v'nosan and also omro. I don't care about her dibu. So why did he say that? That Tzorich v'alarim yiroso. The loshon of this read was kiddushim nigmorim. ולא היא, ולא מה כלום, לא הוא, לא ולא הוא, אבל קידושים גמורים, אשר דאמרו היא, אין קידושים גמורים, דנראים הדבורים שבדיבור אישו גומור הקידושים. ואנן באינן שיגמור בדיבור האיש. So when he spoke and gave, and she also spoke, I don't care about her. אין נראים הדבורים שנגמר על זה האישו. When he didn't speak now, he spoke before, so I want to attach it to now, but now, Lamaisa, she spoke, so then it looks like Nirim Advorim, she Nidvorim Nigmor, B'divo Reish, on the Reish. V'anan Ba'inun, the Zitzad, Lo B'nigor, with the Reish. Yes?
אבל כשהיא מדברת, אין לו מותר, אין זה בזה. If he don't know what he has to do, so even she says, no matter.
What?
The person says.
Yeah, he says, Afal Pi.
The Nosan, even in the same case, I skip the Kiddush. I skip this Kiddush. The take of Nosan Akesel. אם הוא קודש לבדה, אם הוא עושה הכל המותר לעשות, he does מותר לעשות. ואף מי שמדברס, אין לו מותר לא, אין זה עסק בזה. If he does what he does...
If he did whatever is mutar la'anav, and she spoke as mutelas aleh, it doesn't stare, it doesn't bother.
He did what to do. Because the super is seen and talking, so he did what to do. The man who Moisif is now Moigerea because he did what to do. He already finished. Why would I say Gmar? What did Tosfot says? Tosfot says because
I would say yes.
He already finished. When he gave you, he's finished.
Yes, but we I think depends really the whole idea of a sukim. What is it? If there's a dinamira, and asuki means oimer diberim, there was dibu, maisekicha. So he spoke, and he spoke a proper language, agat ishti or something. And what? No, I'm talking about according to the Miri. Miri l'shitosa. The Miri holds that asuki means diberim, and asuki means it was a real dibo, the dibo of kicha. It's not gilul rotzon. Shaila is, what is ikar kicha? If ikar kicha is the nesina, and the amir is a gilui for the kicha, for the ikar kicha, so then we say, although the ikar kicha is the nesina, but the dibo, which is the perush of his rotzon, we have to know his perush rotzon. And if she speaks, we don't know his rotzon. But when I know his rotzon, how? Because he spoke before, so I know his rotzon. No, before the Meiri. I'm saying without the Meiri. If it wasn't for the Meiri, I would say the Iker Kicha is the Nesina, and the Amira is just a biur of his rotzon. So now, when he spoke before, he's rotzen. So now the fact it's finished. When he spoke before and he gives, it's finished. You have a maise nesin, which is ikar kicha. And the rotzen I know from before. The fact she speaks, Vale doesn't stir, it shouldn't bother. But if you hold that the dibur before is mamish, a dibur was part of maise kicha, I just spread the maise kicha to two shots by medaber in the proper language. Areat ishti. What? And then there's a tziruf of mamish. It's not a view of his maise. It's another part of the maise kicha. And you separate the parts. First, the daberim was one part dibu, and then you have, because the piece of silver is nothing, then you have to give the silver, and I do it. So really, what I'm doing is I'm separating the maise kicha from the dibu before to the maise now, right? In such a case, when I separate the maise kicha between the dibu and the kicha now in the kicha now she spoke. What? The svor lekan. The svor that I can destroy it because since the maise right now the maise kichas are complete, so I need to fill it up. So if I need to fill it up, I have two options: or to fill it up with dibur koidim of the husband, or the woman speaking right now. So since he need a maise kicha in the shas nesina, he need a dibur to be shown to be part of the maise kicha. And needed it before and she speaks now. The svora lekalakan is a svora that you destroy. Oh no, and he says you didn't destroy because I don't need her. Those are svora lekan or lekan. But if the dibur was only gilui, he can see this in the scene. And dibur is only gilui, so there's no hava mina that she will destroy. Because when he gave, he finished. It's intrinsic in the maisa and the sina. You just need a gilui what he wants. So if you have a gilui, it's finished. What? Yes.
Is that the case that the Meir brings is not the same case. When she spoke at the end, even though that the Asuki
Yes.
is not the same case that he speak and he gave. It's not the same. It's a gilu.
Right.
Here is a bilu. When he speaks and he gives, I don't have any kind of.
One second. Talk about diberima or spoke when he gave. What is it? When he gave, he spoke, or before?
He gives.
Yes. Yeah, we don't care about it. Right.
100% sure it's a bilu. When there were asukim goes in there are gilu.
Right. Good. I agree. Yes.
She spoke after. He started in It's not who says that it's not strong like when he speak and he gave.
Right. I agree. Very good. But the meaning makes a division between Nosan with Diber and she Dibo to Diberima al and Nosan and she spoke too. And we don't care about her Dibo. I'm saying, what is a Svog Lekan or Lekan? It's only according to the Miri Shitosoi. According to the Shitosoi, the what? That the Nesina is only Chatzi. Chatzi Maisekicha. What is a Nesina? Is Chatzi. What does Chatzi means? Half. Chatzi Maisekicha is only half. Albe. A fertile. It's only part of. Parte, a fertile in Yiddish, parte, a fertile, part, half, chatzi. It's only a chatzi, no, nos. Wahid and nos. Nos is in Arabic is half. Nos.
Fertile is a quarter.
Nos is a quarter in Arabic.
Fertile.
Okay. The idea is that since he did chatzi kicha, and the amira is the other chatzi, I did only chetzi amira, there's an amira on the scene, I need another chetzi, and I need now to take the Diberim Yeshiva before to make the Maise Kicha, and I have her talking, and there's her talking Bishas Anasina, the Svor Lekan and Lekan. Some people say, "Afa Pishago Yisi Cholkim V'lo Imad Degora, V'Gora Mipnei Shazuim Soyim Chanan Rimosa." Says, "Ve'en Ze Klum, I don't need her." Says, "Not Soyim." Okay, so Lekan and Lekan. But the scene is not Chatzi, it's the Ikar Kicha. Is the Nesina, and the Amir is only Gilui. So what do I care that I have her talking about as long as I have his Gilui from before? What do I care about talking? Nothing. That Lichoiro should be this one, yes. Yes. Is what? Why not? Yes. Yes.
Says in the beginning, his phone
Yes.
that Suki Mosinian
Yes.
makes it a nosso bom. If he Asuki Mosinian he gave,
Yeah.
it's a nosso bom, and the Bichashmon doesn't want to say. He wants to say Asuki, it makes like a umdelen, not like nosso bom, not umdelen. He says. That's
the Rashba. We're reading the Rashba. What are you saying?
But he loves and the Rashba.
But Rashba is different than the Meiri.
The Rashba does say the woman.
Rashba is different than Meiri. That's clear.
But
So what do you say? We'll say the Rashba.
but there's a Rashba doesn't say that word.
What do you want to say? What do you want to say?
I know, but
Where are you reading? Where are you reading? Which simon? Base?
Oh, he's in the paper that we had.
No, what do you want from that?
It says there that a Suki Boisinian makes like umdana, not like Nosalubomo.
Need to study eating also.
That, but according to the Bibli, is Mamash Nosalubomo.
We know before, we had already, it was clear that, I think it was clear from before, Meiri is not like the Rashba. Meiri put a lot of stress on the depot. Meiri doesn't have a kasha on there.
Me needs the mamish dibur. I am kodesh asli. Dibur is mamish dibur. So what we'll say? Where the Rashba? Where I put the Rashba? And what the category I put the Rashba? The Rashba doesn't need a dibur, just to get a gilui. In a dibur and a gilui, dikar nesina is a ma'aser nesina. Ikar kicha is a ma'aser nesina. And the dibur is only a gilui. And Yimele says, let the umdana, that when Nosan Uvamroi, let her dibur, when Omroi and then Nosan, Omroi and then Nosan Hu, let her Amira create umdana. The answer is that it does create umdana, but it's Dovarache. It's not her, it's not him, but it's Dovarache. It's Dovarache, it's not, it means it's a chefza acheres, the Kiddush doesn't work. That's the way he learns the Rashba. And not chefza acheres, chisaron and eidim. Yeah, we know that. We know that such Rishonim also. Yeah, the Meiri needs an Amira. The Meiri is of the opinion that you need Mamish and Amira. Amira is part of the Ma'aser Kicha. It's an integral or maybe even equal part as the Ma'aser Kicha. Chefza Acheres, I said. Since it's a Chefza Acheres, so then the Eidim don't see from the husband's side a complete Ma'aser Kicha. Just the Sina. And the Umdana is a Chefza Acheres. We learned the other Meiri. Here, not here, but from before. I'll show you the Meiri. Open the Meiri. Once, I'll tell you which page. We learned it you went to learn last week. Relax. We learned it last week. Look in the page. Oh, I can't. I have a whole different setup than this. Page Gimel, is there Meiri there? Page Gimel, okay, yes, you're right. Yes, page Gimel, tzorich sheteda. שהדיבור ויזהר ילוש שצריך שיהיה בלושן שהיא לא יהיה כיוצא בו קידוש בקידושין יהיה מועל כגון שיאמר תרצה ליוס אשתי או איזה משאר לשוינס המועילים ושיהיה לושון שלא יהיה בו מקיח את עצמו שתקנויו היא לוי הכל שאינו כן אינו כלום שאין דיבור ויזהר ילוש מועיל אומר שאין קידושין עצמו מועילים כן היא אמר, אז תביאו מה שדיבור since he needs a דיבור המועיל in the oil מדברים must be hold it's equal my sekicha. Yes. The only thing is, I would, and since the time is limited, I would want to see for a second again the Birka Shmuel. Let's print it out and Gittin, right? That speaks about this Toisasri. Yeah. Let's bring the Toisasri. Is this a yes?
We had it before?
We learned it last year. Yes. Yeah. שוקרו לי, אני אעבור. כן. אוקיי.
זה 50 פעם.
בן שלה. בן שלה. חסד זה מעשה חסד כפול. כפול ומכופל. מעשה חסד כפול ומכופל.
Una mitad de tierra que se compromete con liberar el todo un compromiso de las razones que se considera el acto de duda y no tanto Rashba ni Kutubashi sostiene que incluso quien interpreta el versículo sobre la mitad de siervas tiene que no hay compromiso de
בצלמת, be move it. Soon you get the piece. Soon you finish with it.
piece אחרון.
פיס לפני אחרון. לפני אחרון.
compromiso se invalida o se completa. Por eso es una duda. Sin embargo, mientras permanezca bajo el control de todo el compromiso de
The piece, the state pieces פה ביחד. פיס הזה ופיס הזה.
Es en el patrimonio, escribe que el Rashba adoptó la postura de que la disputa por la liberación completa o inválida valida el compromiso que depende de la perspectiva de si los compromisos de una mitad de siervas son considerados compromisos regulares, aunque la limitación es solo como poder ser practicada con la eficacia de ser responsable de una ofrenda, así como un tipo de compromiso que solo según quienes sostienen que el compromiso que se completan con RIF, creen que el compromiso regular y importante es liberarse de un Buonasera, facciamo un salto. Allora mandare esto. Che a voi non il resumen di Allame, ojo. Abraham עשה רסומי, ממש טוב.
רק את זה?
כן, רק כזה.
בנימין. אני דספיס.
אוקיי.
שנייה, עשה את זה תוך דקה, זה יותר מהר. צלם את זה, מעביר את זה, זה יותר מהר. פרסנטים החדשים יותר טוב. נלחמת אתמול לחנקי?
יש שיקס, לא תצאו לרמב"ן הטוויסט.
את הרמב"ן.
Tuli princes. We didn't finish the Miri. Kosu batoisves. Finish the Miri. Kosu batoisves. שקניאס הכסף שבקרקע, דינו כקניאס הכסף שבקידושין. Acquiring with money land has the same deen of acquiring with money in Kiddushin. I'm reading Kosu Batois. The same Meirim, continue on. And Dafchet and Abok Rashis, the Meir in the last paragraph. The Kosu, you're printing it, right? Thank you. The Kosu Batois, Sheknias HaKesef, acquiring the money, Shebekaka, in land. Dina has the same law, Keknias HaKesef Kiddushin, the same law of acquiring money with money in Kiddushin. Kesef by Kaka and Kesef by Kiddushin is the same. Let him spell what he wants to say. He's going to now explain in what way they're the same. And he says, if the buyer gave the money and he spoke, he's acquiring. If the seller gave to the buyer money and he spoke, he's not going. If the seller gave and the buyer spoke, or the buyer gave and the seller spoke, so first of all, he quotes Toises like the Bahag, because he says Kiddushin and Kaka is the same, and by Kiddushin, if you have Nosli Vomaru, is the same suffix of Nosli Vomari, but he puts it together by land. So you see, he holds them in the Bahag. But what does he say? What's important for us, he's saying two things. That Nosan V'Omar, or both of them, are equal parts in the Kicha. And you have Nosan V'Omar, it's okay. But if you have the Loikeach, which is the husband, the buyer, he's the buyer of the woman. But if you have the buyer gives and the buyer gives and the seller spoke, the seller gave and the buyer spoke, it's a suffix. This is Toises. So according to Toises, well, I don't know what is this Toises. The only Toises which I can think of is our Toises. That the Machlokes Achronim, what is Shitas of Yatzmas Yosef and others, we'll see soon Bezrat Hashem in the Avnei Miluim. The Machlokes Rishonim what Toises holds. So for 1 second, relax. I want to explain the Toises. What is he saying? He says if the proper way by Kaka, the buyer needs to give and speak. If the Moicher gave and spoke is no good, he gave money. Yes, he gave money to the seller, to the buyer. Yeah. The Maisa Kinyan, yes. Uto or something. The Maisa Kinyan. So he gave money. He gave money and he says, let the money acquire. He gave money. He gave money and he said, so he says only if the buyer gave and spoke. But if the seller gave and spoke is no good. It was halfway. The buyer gave and the seller spoke. The seller gave and the buyer spoke is a suffix. Comes the Meir and he says, "Ve'ein advorim nirim." Although that by Kiddushin, he's not arguing that by Kiddushin not so. Although by Kiddushin, you need the loikeach, the husband to give and speak, and not the seller, which is the woman, to give and speak. But if you have halfway, it's a suffix, like the bahag, either way, which means he holds that the Maisa Kicha is being separated to two parts. There's no Iker and Tofel. Otherwise the bahag is out. Right? As the Rosh screams, since the Iker Kicha is the Nesina, so if she gave, it's not half a minute, it should work. As the Rosh Kasha against the bahag, right? But if Teisha holds like the bahag, and the Meiri doesn't argue on that point, because he holds the Shitosoi that really Amira is integral, equal part, to the Nesina. It just holds that the dimion between Maise Kicha and buying and selling and Mechiras Karka is not the same. What does he say? Vein advorim nirim. The thing or not doesn't look like. El akosha lokeach noisen, as long the buyer gives the money. Yoim arezimim doesn't matter who speaks, because the amira by buying land is just kilui rotzoin. So it doesn't matter who speaks. It's not part of my kicha of land. There's no din kicha. Although it says, so there's bakesef, nasati kesef on the kach mimeni. The word kicha is also written by karka, but there's no din of maise kicha. By isho, kiika Chazal learn is a yitu, there is a drosha bedavka. That's the tzura of kiika chishisho, that the man has to take a woman. But by karka, the kicha there, the buyer, Avram Avinu is the buyer, gives the money to everyone, says, Nasati kesef on the kach mimeni, I gave the money of the field, take it from me. Which in there, so the buyer is doing the kicha, there the dibur is only gilui. And if the seller gives, it's not koine. Why? Because it has to be the nasatik as a kachimeni goes on the buyer, not on the seller. But the dibur we don't care, because the dibur is just a gilui. So we have here a very big meiri here. The meiri makes a chir between kiikach and Maise Kinyan of Koloter Kula. Maise Kinyan Kesa Koloter Kula, there's no din kikach. So then the buyer needs to give the money, and the dibur is just a gilui. But by kesef of kiddushim, when it tells us kikach ishisho, and kesef doesn't have dibur in it, you need to have dibur to explain the kesef. So then the dibur is not just dibur as a gilui, and therefore we don't care who's megale. No, the dibur is a tailed in Yiddish is what? Part of. Dibur is a tailed from the Maise Kicha. Dibur is a part of the Maise Kicha. Dibur, it's a part of Maise Kicha. And since Dibur is a part of Maise Kicha, so then definitely the Lokeach needs to speak, it needs to talk about it. And what happened? 1 second. What happened if you have no sanu v'amroi? So lichoiro you don't have his dibur. So why it's a suffering moment should be 0? Because the side that it works is what?
Umdana.
What's the side that it works?
The umdana.
Umdana, it's like a snook, like a snook. We said the umdana means on her. We asked, let it be umdana, not from her, and we may be vaday kiddushi. The answer is, it's a chefza acheres. But if she's megala do umdana, that's a suffix of the Gemara. That the fact that he speak and she gave, and he gave and she spoke, I don't care about her speaking, because I said, it's a gilu to him. I said, where's Chison Kikach? That's only one side. That the Amira is part of the Maise Kicha, and therefore when she speaks, it's out of it. But what's the side of the works? Ma touches the Mo'in. Because of what? Why? Think and then speak. What? It's not a chefza acheres. And therefore what? What? It becomes a woman on its own. This other side is the Rashba Sakash, let it be a chefza, let it be what? Let it be anan. We made the umdana based in, and there will be a complete dibur. The answer is a chefza acheres. But that's only why we don't create the umdana to be vaday kiddushi. But what are the two studying of the suffix? That it works yes or works not. And we didn't clarify it.
states exactly the two sides of the subject.
But what?
Well, either it's called that cool kika, or it's that cool kika.
Let's see the Kika Shmuel. The Kika Shmuel says, according to the Rashba, you mean. So what the Ran holds? What the Ran holds? Shtika, the Ran holds that Shtika Koidor, that's one side of the so that works. So according to the Ran, that Shtika Koidor works. That's a side that works. So it's that's his dibur.
It's like it's stable. When she talks and he's not moiche, it means that his is stable. He can call her, it's like Shomea Koine, and he talks. Like he talks. Like he talks. Made it works.
Yeah, he puts the Rashba like the Ram. That's some boy v'necho du bedina. The efshar adav is a shapik yikach av bishi yoimeres. ומוקם סוף מכיוון הקידוש נגמור על ידי הבעל, לא שנוא, ואומרו היא, so he could have pulled his money and he continued to give. He didn't pull his money. So it's really we know the umdana of the Baal. It's all umdana of the Baal. Oh no, it's a chison kikach. So according to the Ran, the suffix, the two story of the Gemara is it kikach or not kikach? Which means the fact she spoke is a chison kikach. Or no, we say doom. It's like a shtika koidah, and we have doomed of the Baal, and the Baal really did it. I have a dibu, I have a nesina, and shtika koidah of the Baal, and the whole thing is nigmal through the Baal. Or no, the fact she spoke is in the Gale is on kikach. That's the Ran. And how the Meir would learn. The Meiri that learns is the dinamira, not the negilui. The dinamira. So one side is a dinamir, and therefore she spoke is missing in kiikach. What is the first side? So that's she's saying everybody must learn like the Ran, or there's other pshatim. So what is the pshat? If the pshat is not shika koido and he spoke, what is it? What? You don't need what? No such happen. No such happen. No such. Look in the Ramban. The next Ramban, he says nothing. He says the Omar Larem Kodeshi b'may mekachale. There's no ma'is in the Sina.
I want to say,
Okay, I don't think it's such happen. Very hard. But let's think about if the only svara we have is the Ram. Yesterday, I just want to find mine. I'm trying to remember. What is the svara that Nosanu v'omrohi? There's a sign of Gemara that's mekudeshes. We talk about the signs of mekudeshes. Need a mira. What is the sign of mekudeshes? He said, "Oh, because I have a mira through shtika koidor." But according to the meiri in Mamesh Dibu and those Rishonim, meiri and there's a three with the Mamesh Dibu. It's about a ma'asekicha. What? Doesn't matter. That's who keeps you need to produce a mira because you need dibu. But you always need dibu in order to divide kiddushi. So now, if I don't have his dibu, what's the havamina that works? Is it because shtika koidos I have it his dibu, or there's other small? That the ikar nesina, the other side is the ikar nesina is the ikar kich is the nesina's kesef, and her dibu can megala and is nesina. Which means the fact that we say there's a din dibu, it's only one side of the Gemara to mafkia something in the Gemara. It's very hard. It's better to say vaday holds you need dibu. And the meaning also learns like the Ramban, like the Ram, that the other side of the Gemara, why no sanu v'amrui works, because I have no sanu v'amrui. Why it works? Because I have shtiki koido. One second. But if we're going to say nosno hivomru, nosno hivomahu, so those who hold zikar nesin is out. Those who hold is chetzi. So I said when I have nosanu vomru Yosef Chaim, nosno hivomahu. So those who hold is chetzi chetzi. So I said when I have nosanu vomru Yosef Chaim, nosno hivomahu. So those who hold is chetzi chetzi. So I said when I have nosanu vomru Yosef Chaim, nosno hivomahu. So those who hold is chetzi chetzi. So I said when I have nosanu vomru Yosef Chaim, nosno hivomahu. So those who hold is chetzi chetzi. Suffix. I'm saying, what's the side that nosno yivomaru is a suffix? I know that that's words. Klinian svara. Why nosno yivomaru works? So you have to say, not all them choshu. According to the Bahag, is equal suffix. Toisa says that by Odom choshu will be valei mekudeshes. That's what Gemara didn't speak about it. But now by Odom choshu is a suffix, equal suffix. That's what it says from John Toises. So now it's equal suffix. What are the two tzdodim here? What is the side that nosno yivomaru works? What? He only did Dimo, she did the Maise. So I think the svara is that is lekicha from her. He's receiving from her, deciding to receive and speaking. That's his Maise kicha. Again, she gave and he spoke. According to the Bahag, is an equal suffix. Why it's equal suffix? Because there's no sanu v'omaru. But by nosnu v'omaru is equal to nosnu v'omaru. Why? Because what's a side that nosnu v'omaru works? I understand nosanu v'omaru ishtika koidos have nosanu dibo. Or, but if we're saying it's only halfway, nosan alone works, and also nosnu v'omaru works. The answer is, what's the avamina that nosnu v'omaru works with only amira? No, but is it receiving? So when she know her giving, no. If that's true, that's I know. That's according to a certain opinion. I want to know the Bahag and Toises that I'll learn that giving and receiving is equal, which means she gives and he speaks is the same suffix when he gives and she speaks. Most of the Shonim hold only when he gives, he's the giver, and she spoke is like him speaking to him because he was silent, and there's a complete sign that she's bothering. But if she gave and he spoke, what's the havamina that is equal suffix? Must say, he only spoke. You have to say, true, he only spoke, but he received. He spoke and he received, which means he decided to receive from her. So although it's a problem that she's the giver, he's not the giver of the money, but he's the one that made a decision to receive and to speak about it. So he's now the balabai. He doesn't care about her. But the fact, no, Amira and Kabbalah, and his Kabbalah and his Amira. So therefore, I have a kicha here. We didn't deny that. We didn't deny the Gzerasakos he needed to take. Just when she gave and he spoke, where's it taking? Because he spoke. What's the havamina that the speaking is taking? You have to say, I'm giving a little bit taste of what you said, Rabbi Yosef Chaim. It's not just Amira alone is havamina, it's Amira. Amira and Kabbalah, he made a decision to Mekabel. So he made there's the same suffix. Same if he gave and she spoke. We say, I have a complete Maisekicha. Also, when he spoke and he made a decision to receive, yes. So when he gives and she spoke and he didn't pull back from his giving when she spoke, says a complete Maisa. Also, when he received and he spoke, there's a complete Maisa from his side. That's the side that works. The side no, that you need a complete Maisa means Dibur and Amira by him. Now we'll say that will be the something. Yes. There's a different point. We're talking about now in the Bahag. I explained the Bahag. The last part is where Machlokes Toises in the Meiri is Kiddushin and Mekach are the same. The Toises holds as the same. That what? Like he holds like the Bahag. That by Kiddushin, no Sanu V'Amroi, no Sanu V'Amroi, or no Sanu V'Amaru is equal suffix. And we explain the suffix now. They need a complete kicha or partial kichas is Maisa kicha. Dibur and Kabbalah or Nesina and Shtika. Nesina and Shtika upon Nesina and Shtika al Dibur is a complete Maisa kicha. Or Kabbalah with Dibur is a Maisa kicha or not. That's a suffix. Same thing is by Karka. When I have the Loikech give and the Moicher speak, or the Moicher gives and the Loikech speak. So when Moicher gives, I have the Lekich of the Loikech from the Moicher. And I have the Dibur of the Loikech. I have it complete. Or if the Loikech spoke, the Loikech gave, and the Moicher spoke, so I have the complete Nesina and continuing the Nesina upon the Moicher speaking. That is the same equal suffix. Comes the Meiri says not true. That by Kiddushin may be like the Meiri. That although I need Dibur and Amira, that's the side of the Gemara. To be Vadai Kiddushin, I need Dibur, I need Nesin and Amira. And not Kabol and Amira or Nesina ve'loich harotomi achri Amiroso. That makes it. That's you say that's one side. But the other side, you need a complete Nesina and Amira from the side of the husband. So he's saying, and anything else is a suffix. He said that's only by Kiddushin. And we said, and we said that what? That's only by Kiddushin will be a suffix. That when you have a Kabbalah and Amira, or Nesina ve'Amira shelo, but not Charota after Amira, or Nesina upon her Amira, then there's a side that works, or a side that doesn't work. But and then there's a side that doesn't work. But by Karka, as long the giver is a giver, even though we don't care who spoke, Vada will be Kinyan. But if the Loikeach was noisem, we don't care who we speak, because only a Gilui is definitely a Dibur, is not part of my Sekicha. But by Kiddushin is a suffix. The Dibur is, I need a complete Dibur for my Sekicha, or it's enough Kabal and Dibur, or Nesina and Charota, a Nesina al Pi Dibur, or Charota and Nesina, that's a complete Kicha. That's only a side by Kiddushin, or no, we need a complete Kicha from the side of Kiddushin. But by Mechira, Mechiras Karka, there's no Havamina that you need a Dibur as part of part of the Kinyan. Dibur is only Gilui. Yes. Yes.
Because only the Chiluk is by Kiddushin.
Yes.
By Kiddushin, he's the Lokeach.
Yes.
He made the same thing. Kosher Lokeach, no, he said the same like by Kiddushin.
Yes.
So no difference who talks. Because he also the same thing. Kosher Lokeach, no, he said, I don't care.
Who? He says, "Ve'ein advorim nirin." Lokeach and Moicher is Mekach Memka. It's not Kiddushin. What are you talking about? Not true. Moicher is Kiddushin. Continue on. V'kol she'amoicher no yisrael ikono. Talk about Mekach Memka. Talk about Mekach Memka. He does. כשקניאס הכסף שבקרקע, דינו כקניאס הכסף בקידושין. He says, ואין הדבורים נירים, אלא כל שלוקח לא יסוד למראה זה שמיץ, is not similar to קידושין. That's what he's saying. The woman, the man. But he's not talking about, Toys has made a dino mikidushin the karka. He says, no, אין הדבורים נירים. By karka, I don't care who he speaks. But by kiddush, we do scare. Who speaks? But by kiddush, we do care. According to the side of the Gemara, we do care. We need the husband, which is the loikeach, to be the giver and the speaker, and that's why you need nosan v'oma. That's the side that need nosan v'oma. Okay, stop here. Yes. Yes, of the Bahag. I know, before the Bahag, yes. Yeah. And what he answered, he says, when he gives, and Shiloh, what he meant. What she gives is there's no Havami because she did the mice of the Kichas. There's no. When he gives, and she's supposedly going to, but when she gives, not Shaykh Shtikin because there's no mice Kiddushin. Yes.
haven't started the Kabbalah to that meaning. I think it's right. You can't start it.
I mean, it's not like you say. We're gonna get Kabbalah is nothing.
His kasha was let nosnu vomaru work like a suffix like nosanu vomaru, nosanu vomaru, and should be they say also be also nosnu vomaru. So I'm saying, what's the side of suffix? You have Kabbalah and Amira, or you have Nesin and her Amira Shigurida. One case you have a Kabbalah and his Amira, because definitely it's hard to say the Amira alone is works. You have to say you can say equal. You can't say the most you can say that the Amira is equal. You can't say Amira is equal. That's not. We stop it. Why? Because you need a kinyan. Aisha niknis. Kinyan means a maise. Kinyan is not dibu. Kinyan is not speaking. That's not having to say speaking. It doesn't. There's certain things Hashem made. Chachomi made. Elo advorim aniknim ba'amira ma'matshloshton and things like that. But normally dibu doesn't work. Ikach is it's an action. To take is an action. Dibu is not an action. Dibu is not an action, my rabbi, my friend. Dibu is not an action. It's no havamin. It's very hard. You're not going to change my svara. It's a simple svara that kich is an action. So I put a rabbit out of my hat and I said the receiving and the talking. That was the havamin. I'm answering you. I'm giving a pshat to the Rishonim. When Rashi says nosanus kikach, omrui kitikach, so Rashi is saying basically Amir is equal to Nesina. It means that her receiving and talking is kitikach. Yes, only means very hard to say dibur alone is kikach. Tommy, right? Kikach is a maise. What? Right? I'm saying there's no havamina to say that Amir is equal without a mind. You don't say the Nesin is the Iker and Amir is Tofel. You can say the Shutfim. In what way the Shutfim? Because I have an Amir receiving and I have a giving upon somebody's Dibur. That's why they're equal. Or there's a havamina that they mix it all. That does it all. No, without Chashuv.
I'm choosing the doctor, so they're receiving you. I'm a mute. I'm only the mute, and my talking back is the receiving, or is the giving?
No, why not? You talk and I give, and I made a decision to continue to give and not to pull it back. So it's who you doing and I'm doing. There's a side to say I'm still doing it. Complete my sekicha. Understand? Or you give and I speak and I decided to, and I'm the balabait, I'm the husband. I decide to receive and I spoke upon it. So then there's a side to say dibu is all full my sekicha. Just say dibu on the scene is equal my sekicha is very hard to say. It's very hard to say that Rashi and the Bahag will argue 180 degrees against the Rosh that says that the sin is the Iker my sekicha. They only said why the sin is the Iker. Like can have Kabbalah and Dibur is equal to the Sina. And that's what the Rosh is attacking. How was the Avamina Nosni that she gives and he speaks? What's the Avamina that should work? I mean, it should be a suffix. The Avamina is always zero because the Iker Kich is the Nesina. And if she gave it is out. The main thing she did is out. But the Bahag held no, it's equal. Why it's equal? Even though she gave, but he speaks as equal suffix. Why? Because Dibur is equal to Dibur. The Torah says take. Take means an action. How can he say Dibur through words as the taking? It's very hard to say the Bahag arguing that. You only can say that the Bahag said receiving and talking. It's like he's still the Balabai. He's still the taking. Yes. Or doesn't matter as long as he gave it. Yes. Bedvorim. Right. No. It says Moshchom Bedvorim. What does that mean? His words made them to come with him. No, but he took the right with words. He convinced them to go with it.
Maybe I'm gonna be explain that
Giving, receiving.
in a few
Every deceiver is not I give and she receives.
One second. Once I'm answering you, Korach took them with words and what they did. What they did. No, they went against Moshe Rabbeinu. So he convinced him, he took them, yes, he took them as a maise to fight Moshe Rabbeinu, as a maise, to come and walk and speak and do actions against Moshe Rabbeinu, to laugh at Moshe Rabbeinu. See how he took them, how he convinced them, how he took them with words. What?
He separates. Don't say, he told him, who says, Halek, he separates himself. Who don't say, who says, Halek, who separates himself. But who says, Halek? Halek means to separate himself. So basically the rush learns like
I don't think Korach has a raya. Why Korach is not a raya? Because Korach, what is the Vikach Korach when you Korach, he took them. What did he take? He take to do what? To fight Moshe, right? That's what he did.
The point is, what in the word Vayikach, what could it mean words or it has to mean something else also?
No, he took them to his side to fight Moshe. What does that mean? They didn't stay in their place and they say against Moshe. They went with him to fight Moshe. He influenced it to fight Moshe, so it's a mice of fighting. No, by a woman the kich is a kinyan.
That's only that in. Sure, we have this Xavier Shabbat.
That's kich is a mice kinyan. So it's not kicha. What? So therefore, it's not doimit the koirach. Koirach is a kicha bedvorim because there was just a fight. There was an ideology. And here, the kicha is a kinyan. Kinyan is an action. So therefore, words, it doesn't make an action. That's a simple small. It's not doimit. We learn from therefore that kicha means so does bakesef iknu. The sadis of kachimeni means it's a maise kinyan. 1 second. So the money is a maise kinyan. Maise kinyan is a maise, not dibur. What's the having in the dibur words? You have to say couple. Okay, that's a small of mine. Yes.
Says the Moshe, he says
Okay, but other people say bedvorim. Others say budvorim. Okay, there's some people hold with the dots or gulia, whatever it is, the stick. Dollar stick, but there is opinion of bedvorim with words.
Bible says, "Vayikach Korach, kemo vayikach Avrom etzor ishto v'esloi." It means Avkam vayikach means like